David, good afternoon, right? Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Can you start with the update with Quinn and Watkins, what their status is, and if it impacts the rest of the week, what you're looking at?
I mean, they're in the protocol. To be honest, I don't know specifically when they'll be released, or the details of that, but we're working in a virtual mode today, just trying to make sure we got our hands around the situation. So we did the corrections from the game. We were just going to have meetings and weightlifting today, so we did everything virtual today.
You said Quinn, you guys said all the coaches were vaccinated, so does Quinn have to pass a certain number of tests before he come back, or you don't?
Yeah, I'll be honest, I don't have the details of it. That's not really my expertise, frankly. But we have to, you have the vaccinated, you have the unvaccinated rules, steps to get through the protocol. So that's what we're dealing with right now.
Has anybody else been added to the?
We have a total of 5. So total of 5, and we'll be, dealing with that the rest of the day. So I just
all players or?
4 players, 1 coach.
Will that impact what you'd plan to do tomorrow and Wednesday?
Oh, I don't think so. No, we plan on practice tomorrow. Tomorrow we want to get back into a competitive practice. Hit the kind of the install review, similar to what we did in the blue-white practice last week. We'll do that tomorrow and the next day, and then shift gears at the end of the week for Jacksonville.
Who were the added people that were put in the protocol?
That's going to be released today, isn't it?
No, so why not tell us?
Well, because I'll be honest with you, that's Jim literally just got off the phone call. I don't have all the information. I didn't bring it in here. I didn't think we were going to get this specific.
It's 3 in addition to the 2 from Saturday night.
So it's 3 in addition to the 2.
Yes.
Yeah,
right.
3 players.
You don't know which player the coach?
No, we'll find out.
We'll just have Rich give it to you.
You can never specifically plan for this because it is a random thing, but did you just assume going into this year you were going to have more periods where you were going to have to deal with this, and how is it incorporated in the system, or what do you?
I mean, I'm probably a lot like everyone in here. I mean, I watch the numbers, listen to the the league's recommendations. Definitely aware of what's going on in our society. Definitely here locally, and just anticipate. My job is to make sure that we have a plan regardless of what happens. So, just the timing of it. Right before the 90 minutes, whatever it was before the kickoff. So after the game was completed, we came in as coaches yesterday, and we went into a virtual format just to be safe, because we don't know, because we all tested, and you have to do the different types of tests. So coaches went in a virtual format yesterday, and then we did the same thing with the players today, and hopefully we get to that 72-hour mark from Saturday. Hopefully we'll have more information there.
Did you reiterate to the players at all about, hey, stay safe, be careful, just because of what happened?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's we all understand the protocols. I addressed it in the locker room after the game, and we have everybody going through the proper testing, both yesterday and today, and we'll do so again tomorrow.
So you told the team after the game Saturday that, hey, this is where we are. We may go virtual, look for email. I mean, just kind of.
I just told the team to be aware. I didn't go right into the virtual right after the game, but we huddled as coaches. I told them what I had an A and a B plan. What I was thinking, but just to make sure everybody tested the next morning, coaching staff, support staff. So that's what we did. And when we were in here yesterday, we set the plan for the players, and I think just like most things we do, we're just being cautious, and want to make sure that we contain this outbreak, and just be smart with that. And we have enough experience with the virtual format, and that's really what we did. We turned on the virtual format, was the exact verbiage that I used.
Just to be clear, is it 3 more players or 2 more players and a coach? Another coach?
3 more players.
Do you anticipate any changes logistically with your game day staff as to who's upstairs, who's downstairs?
I don't, and I hope it stays where we are, but yeah, I don't see any changes.
You said after the game you thought that you guys came out pretty healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Did that end up being the case?
That is the case, yeah. We really don't have any new injuries to report.
With what appears to be a bit more of an unsettled backup quarterback situation than maybe you anticipated a few weeks ago. Does that alter in some ways how you will approach this final preseason game as far as who's in there and the time they get?
I mean, we had a chance to watch the tape with the players, all the players, and obviously the quarterbacks are part of that. And just really the only real decision that we made was, Cooper will take the first reps this week. So, and we'll continue to evaluate.
Part of that is because he didn't get it because of injuries, particularly before, and now he's just, with his play, he's earned a chance to get it.
Yeah, he's earned this opportunity, absolutely.
And sorry, that's first reps in practice or preseason game or starting?
Starting with practice. Start with practice tomorrow.
What did obviously Cooper was around you last year and then released him. What did he do to kind of win you guys back over between what happened on the game and when he came back last year?
Well, I think really starting in the postseason. Cooper lives here year-round. He's been here every day throughout the whole off season. He's super intelligent, has great understanding. Obviously knows the ropes around here. So he has history in the offense is the point I'm making, and just frankly, just was always preparing for his opportunity. And he's fought through 2 injuries, both the shoulder and the back, and I thought he played very well against Houston, and he's earned this opportunity.
How did Malik Hooker come through physically with his extended time in the second half, and do you anticipate that he would be full go this week?
Yeah, I mean, I have no reason not to believe that. So we'll see how he continues through, but he came out clean, physically.
What do you anticipate Dak doing in practice?
Just moving the numbers, just can continue the volume of throws and just continue to build the workload capacity that we're, working to get back to.
To get any competitive throwing, I think is what he called it.
We haven't addressed that yet. I'll see how he's in here right now. So when Jim and Britt wrap up, we'll set a plan for tomorrow.
When he does come back for full team stuff, how do you, or what are some of the things that you do to kind of jumpstart him to get back into a flow of playing week 1 and getting ready for as live action as you can get?
Well, I mean, I'm sure you can understand there's a lot of conversation on exactly how do you bring them back in. I mean, I don't really want to get into a script where you only want to run certain concepts and things like that, because I think when he gets in there, he needs to be able to just go play, and that's part of our plan and the caution that we're taking. So that's why we're. I don't want to get him in there and just throw screens and 3-step drop. I don't think that's the right answer. But, but we're continuing to work that, and we'll see how it shakes out this week.
So that part, not misleading from a public perception, but like you say, he could be back in team drills now, but you just want him to have the full complement when he gets back in. You don't want to limit it to the most basic stuff and say he's working his way back in.
I mean, well, thank you for the follow-up question, because I want to make it clear he can do a lot more in screens than 3-step drops. So I mean, that's not what I meant. So if you watch the throws, Saturday night, I mean, he's making all the throws, the timing throws, and so forth. But yeah, it's just a matter. I just think it's I think when you put him back in there, like he had obviously a lot different injury in the spring, and we didn't put him in the team drills because we just wanted to be smart, and we held off to the team drills until training camp. So I just think when he's able to just cut it loose, we're not worried about the velocity of the throws, the distance of the throws and all that. That's why we're building up to it. And when we get to the level that Dak and Britt and the training staff feel like it's time to go, we'll go.
Mike, back to Rush for a second. What did you see from him Saturday night that you had not been seeing in practice? Because Gilbert had been getting almost all the 1 reps in practice too.
Yeah, I think really Garrett what he established in the short opportunities last year was really coming into the off season while we had him ahead of Cooper. So I thought Garrett played extremely well in the Pittsburgh game, and was consistent in the practice reps from that point on. So, but Cooper's very steady, very consistent, has great understanding of everything he wants to do, plays the game fast, handles all the at the line, commands and decisions. I think he's exceptional, frankly, compared to, people that, over my career. So, but, I just think it's a great example of a player that just, is the same guy every day. He just keeps banging away. He's had 2 injuries that he's overcome, and he went in there and he's been consistent. He stood in there and took some shots against the Pittsburgh game, made some throws. So same thing in Arizona. Didn't get as many looks as you maybe like, but he did a heck of a job. And I could see you could see what the decision to get him in there was because we wanted to make sure that he got the opportunities that that we gave to Garrett.
Has Dan been participating in virtual meetings?
I'm sorry?
Dan Quinn been participating?
Yes, I talked to Dan again this morning. He's feeling good, so he's been in all the meetings virtually.
I know you're not done with them yet, but just what are your thoughts on the way that the league has kind of staggered the cuts with these 2 cuts of 5 before you do the final cut?
You asked me if I like it?
Like it, dislike it, what do you think about it?
I'm a little short from the last fine I got, so I'll just we're dealing with it. So it's it's new. Everything's new. Just last year was new. This year's new. So I think like any coach, player, roster, you like to have them all, going through it. But we're gonna have to get that cleared up by Tuesday.
Mike, what's the biggest teaching point or takeaway for Ben DiNucci after his turnovers in the game, and where is it decision making? Is it more structural?
Well, it's definitely decision making. I mean, it's just like anything. If you look at interceptions and how they're evaluated, I know the way I've been part of it in my career. There's throws, and then there's decisions, and you can't have the decision interceptions. The first one, he misses the throw. It's movement. He puts it on the wrong shoulder, and it happens. Ball gets tipped, and the result is what it is. But the 2 decision ones, those are the ones that all quarterbacks, especially Ben, and especially when you're playing in the second half of preseason games, there's more things going on. Things aren't as clean. That's been the history of preseason. So you have to be smarter with the football.
Is the opener far enough away that the situation you all are in right now, and you're not concerned about it affecting things that far down the road?
I mean, I'm focused on having a good plan for when we can get the full offense out there. The defense has been further ahead than the offense. I think it clearly took another step this week. So we have to get our timing down on offense, and we'll continue to work at the best we can. So, but I'm not concerned. We'll be ready to go.
On the screen to 20 card for the touchdown on Saturday, he was able to slow down the blitzer and still put himself in position to make the catch. Of the 3 elements that encompass a complete back, where have you seen him progress?
Well, I mean, it's a great play. It'll be on the teaching reels moving forward because, you're always looking for a B gap entry to run the screen. You're also looking for a C gap chip entry, and that's about as clean as a C gap entry that we've had. So, and it was great patience by Tony too to keep the ball right on the numbers. We talk about running the sidewalk and letting Zach get out in front where he's able to score. So I just think it shows Tony's experience and feel. Even going a step further when he hit the inside run and just didn't even waste a step, didn't even blink, and challenged both safeties and almost split them. So Tony's having a great camp.
The COVID situation here, does that impact your 5 moves that you have to make by tomorrow?
Definitely, yeah, it definitely could. So it's that's part of the. You got the COVID exemptions and so forth, and frankly, I'm actually going from here to a personnel meeting, so I'm sure we'll be talking about it.
For clarity, you maybe might need to go to the personnel meeting to know, but if these players are on COVID protocol, are they part of the active roster, or would you need to get down to 80 in the same way?
I didn't follow the first part of your question.
Right. So you have to get to 80 by tomorrow, correct?
Tomorrow, yeah, Tuesday, yeah.
Yeah, with 4 players being on this COVID protocol, does that take you 4 spots closer to 80 or no?
My understanding is yes.
But to activate them, you would have to.
Yeah, I mean, based on the state we're in, we would have to release 1 player tomorrow, which was Michael's, right? That's what you're asking. Yeah. Thanks, Clarence.
This is the last 2 years.
Well, no, you got the CBA pulled up right there. I got you. I forgot my notes.
Four players on protocol. 4 players on protocol. That's about as many as you guys had all last season, roughly.
I didn't keep score. You would know better than I do. I was just trying to keep the ship going. So
This current predicament, how does this influence your messaging with the team? What is your messaging as you guys go through this together?
well, I mean, the messaging is constant. I mean, anytime there's a memo that comes in from the league or the NFLPA, it's always communicated, and I really like the player council that we put together. Those guys are active, and so yeah, we all have clear understanding with the state of what we're in. I mean, we're by no means clear of what went on last year, so I mean, we're taking the same approach.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Here's the 3 additional names, Malik Hooker, Israel Nukuyama,